I completely forgot the stream. So the episode is gonna start in like a couple seconds or something. And oh man. I even forgot to bring more water. So only have around 200 milliliters to survive these 30 minutes or so. Well, I thought the last week's episode was really, really good. Oh, an episode started.
Twilight, Mail's here!
Alright, muffins.
Are you alright?
We just had a really heavy delivery today.
Is it a deluxe set of special edition ogres and UBS figurines that I'm totally surprised by and haven't been hinting that I need forever?
Well, it's for Twilight.
Kind of like muffins, get out now. There we go. You've overstayed your welcome. Come on.
So's this. Really? She couldn't have put it into the box?
My dearest Twilight, I have been conducting a thorough cleaning of the castle, and I came across a few items of yours in your old room. I thought you might want them back. I didn't even know I'd left anything. Aw, look! Remember this? It's the macaroni picture frame
What?
James helped me make when I was a filly.
Who could forget a masterpiece like that?
One Star Swirl figure. And some of my
Relax,
favorite
Twilight.
scrolls.
Don't be so
And
violent.
an extra credit report on the
And some
impediments of
fucking
using
horseshoes.
magic in everyday chores. Ah, still so true.
Is my Smash Fortune comic in there? I've been looking for that for years.
Oh. Flash Gordon.
Oh no, oh no, oh no!
What's wrong? It just looks like an old library book.
Exactly! It belongs to the Canterlot Library. That means it's
Overdue.
overdue.
You fucked up, Twilight. My little cancer. My little cancer. Alright, here we go. Alright. So this will be an episode about Twilight returning a book to a library. It would be fun if they're like, oh, this book is this late, this is your fee. And then the fee is like so high that Twilight's like, I can't afford this. Not on a princess salary. I'm gonna have to liquefy the school, or liquidate the school assets to pay off this book, meaning the school will be no more. That would be that would be the dream scenario. Yeah, I wanted to say about last week's episode. I thought it was an 8 out of 9 episode. I really liked it. And out of the 4 episodes, I have enjoyed 3 of them. So 75%, that's good. That's really good. It's only 4 episodes though. But this episode, the premise, hey, it could be fun. And if it's just a Twilight Spike episode, it could be fun as well. I mean, because just judging by this intro to the episode, I would not want it to be a ensemble episode, if that is the right word I'm thinking of, with all of the main 7. Now we're back. Discovery Family.
Discovery Family.
Jesus Christ, it's loud.
You don't understand, Spike. I have a perfect library book return record.
Had a perfect record.
Oh, I've never turned in a book even a minute late. And this one has been overdue since I left for Ponyville.
They're not gonna. Oh. Back to good old Unicorn Twilight. The point of no return.
Make sure you bring this one back on time. We've got a long waiting list of ponies who can't wait to read it.
Oh
I
god.
promise I won't let you down.
Oh, of course you won't, dear. If there's any pony I can trust to take care of a book, it's you.
It's you,
Sparkle.
Twilight.
After all, you still hold the best book borrower title.
Ooh, I hope I do forever. Spike!
Alright, something tells me
Find me that old copy of predictions.
that old...
What's that for?
Oh.
Well, it was a gift for Moondancer, but...
Oh, Spike, you know we don't have time for that sort of thing.
Oh, alright.
And then
Alright.
Celestia sent me to Ponyville and I forgot all about this. Dusty Pages prided herself that no books were damaged or lost on her watch, and I failed her. I failed myself.
I take it we're going to Canterlot?
Immediately. Oh no. Oh no. Stream, don't do this to me. Don't do this.
Sooner the better.
There
I
we go.
guess.
Oh god. Oh no. The audio is going on, but it's
why are we
frozen.
hiding? Don't
There
you
we
want to
go.
return your book?
Yes, but what if some pony sees me in there? I'm the Princess of Friendship. Everywhere I go, ponies recognize me. I'll stick out like a sore hoof.
Princess Twilight Sparkle in a library? Stop the presses!
A late book is a big deal, Spike. What if Dusty Pages revokes my library card? Or bans me from ever entering the building again?
Like she can do
You have
that.
most of those books in your collection at home?
She's kind of
Yes,
like
but
just
the
a
one hidden there
librarian.
have a special Canterlot library
Tell her to
easel.
jump from a bridge if she tries to do
You
that.
don't?
They're like, oh god,
I used to
there's some
live in a
creepy
library.
molester
I'm not a good
in the
example of
bushes.
proper book borrowing behavior. Then what kind of princess am I?
One that makes mistakes like every pony else. Trust me, once you return that book, you'll feel way better.
Thanks, Spike. Let's go. Ah!
Oh, come on. I'm with you, Spike. Kind of like, oh, Jesus.
I have a book to return.
Princess Twilight! So good to see you!
I'm surprised that disguise did not work.
Is
If
that
we
the
know
new
anything
edition of
about
Moon Curve 7
the
Years in
retardation
Heaven
of
Time?
ponies.
I have been waiting for the release and... no,
They
don't
really
say.
like
Thanks.
Van Gogh.
But I do need to speak with Dusty
Where Van
Pages
Gogh
about
was the
a
one who, with the
sensitive matter.
melting clocks,
Dusty
right?
who? Dusty Pages, the head librarian. She's worked here forever.
I'm sorry, Princess. I don't know her. Now, was there some other way I can help the library's best book borrower?
Just ask her where to return an overdue book. It's no big deal. It happens all the time.
Not to me, it doesn't.
Well, it did. Come on.
Fine. Fine! Oh no, I didn't even think about the late fine. A book out this long will probably cost 1,000 bits.
We have an overdue book.
Oh, well, that's no problem at all. In fact, it happens all the time.
See?
I'll just find it in the card catalog. Number 18905. Got it.
Oh, wow. Yeesh. I haven't seen a book this late in, well, ever.
Well,
To go and see
first time for
folio
everything.
In the grossly overdue book return office for ponies who should know better. Don't pull any punches with those names, do you?
And that office would be?
In the basement.
Because of the shame.
Like, if this is not fucking... This is why... Oh man, I fucking hate pony culture. But, oh god. I mean, I would like to live in
No
Equestria.
pony except undependable
For a
rule breakers who
vacation.
deserve all the horrors this hallway holds.
And faithful dragon companions. Hey, it looks like First Folio left a note on the door.
Abandon hope, all ye who enter.
Out to lunch on Restaurant Row. Guess we'll have to try back later.
No, I can't wait another minute to return this book. In the time it took us to get there, I racked up another 17 bits in late fees. We're going to lunch.
Good, because I'm starving. Oh, you mean to find First Folio. Can we at least get takeout?
Oh, it's her tikka masala. Or what was her name?
Twilight, we tried
Yeah.
this at 3 other restaurants already.
And my late fines are already up another 26 more bits.
Yeah, I would be crying as
We're
well.
ready to order.
Oh, I'm not actually.
3 samosas, 2 curry specials. Do you think that's enough for the 2 of us?
Tell them to kill themselves,
I would
Spike.
probably order some naan as well. For the table?
Sounds great.
Twilight, is that you?
Moon Dancer.
I'm just
Alright.
no real reason.
We get
Oh,
to
it's
see her
great to
again.
see you. I'm just meeting my friend, First Folio, for lunch. Do you want to join us?
First folio, yes. I mean, thank you.
Princess Twilight, good to meet you.
Alright,
Did
so
you
this is
know
good.
your
She's
picture
getting
is
some
still
friends.
up in our library as the
Because,
best
well,
book
first, I don't
borrower.
consider Minuet,
Yeah,
Lyra,
I was hoping I could talk to
Heartstring,
Dusty
I think her
Pages
name
about
is.
Oh,
And
Dusty Pages left the
that
library
other one.
years ago. Didn't you know?
that. Mm-mm.
Oh, I
Was
heard
it
she
just them?
forced to leave. It's so sad. She loved the library.
Wait, forced to leave?
Yeah. She had a perfect librarian record until one careless pony didn't return a book. Ruined it all.
Are you okay, Twilight?
So because of that, she was forced to leave?
Would,
It's the whole point that she had a perfect for super
That's why
long.
you only order
And that's not
spicy.
something
Keep
that
it.
normally happens. And then one
Twilight,
fucked up.
What's wrong?
Dusty
It's not
Pages
her
isn't working
fault.
at the library anymore because I didn't return this book.
That's
Spike,
retarded.
I think I got her fired.
Nah, I don't think so, Twilight. I don't
We'll
think
be
so.
right back.
I hope that's not the case. I hope it's gonna turn out that it was something else. That she did kind of like financial fraud or something. And it has nothing to do with the overdue book. If my suspicion is right, that it has nothing to do with overdue book, I think that lady's gonna take advantage of Twilight now and say that she's gonna, yes, that was the case actually. And now feel guilty, do shit for me or whatever. Then in the end it's gonna turn out that that was not the case. Oh yeah, I was gonna say something about Minuet, Lyra Heartstring, and what's her name? Moon Dancer. I'm glad that the friends that she met was them, because I never saw them even in that episode there at the end. They weren't friends, and Lyra Heartstring and Minuet were too good for Moon Dancer. Here we go.
Twilight, the library is that way.
Change of plans. We're going to Dusty's house. She used to invite me over for tea all the time.
But what about your late fees?
They're not as important as making things right.
Wait, so you're not going to return the book?
No, Dusty Pages is. It's my fault she lost her job. So if I give her the book, she can.
Why are
get a
you
new job.
assuming that? Just because
It'll
that
fix everything.
that bitch in the store said that? Alright, what was those signs?
Didn't you see the sign? No sales ponies.
Oh, I'm not selling anything.
No carolers either. No surveys.
I'm
no
the
petitions,
princess of
no
friendship,
free literature.
bitch. Good job, Twilight.
No problem. I'm just looking for some pony who's to live.
Even though I'm with the guy, I'm like, fuck off.
Dusty Pages?
Why are you trying to close the door?
She moved to
No, why are you trying to
something.
open the door?
Shoals, seas, surfer, whatever. When you find her, give her this. It's been stacking up for years, and tell her to change her address.
Hey, I mean, you were actually pretty nice. The fact that he kept all of this shit for in the case that you give it to her, that's pretty nice. Oh, it's gonna end up with that she's actually dead. She's not alive anymore. But here we have a montage, which, I mean, other than showing some locations, in the crystal mines. And why would the students know? Come on, Twilight. Oh, there she is.
Community for the best golden years. This has to be it.
Wasn't that
I hope so.
the girl who was walking there to the
Last
left?
silver spot on the map we haven't looked.
Probably should have been one of the first. I mean, let's be honest. It's an older folks'
This place
home.
is terrible, I know. There's not a single bookshelf in sight. Poor Dusty. Excuse me.
Yes, how may I help you?
Do you have a resident named Dusty Pages?
Oh, yes. Her apartment is in the next complex, ground floor.
Thank you.
And they even have a
Can't
little
believe
garden
my
out.
carelessness sent her here, when she could be happily surrounded by millions of wonderful smelling books.
And there's
Realize
like
it might
pictures
just
on the
be a
doors.
new thing, right?
Maybe to make it so that the old people don't forget
There she
where they
is.
live.
Here we go.
And like, oh, that is me. But they might forget how they look.
She's bound to be back soon. Maybe we should just wait here.
No, we are fixing this now. This place isn't that big. We can find her.
Spike, tell her
Sorry to interrupt.
if you want to do
Clement,
that, then you carry
but
this
we're looking
bag.
for Dusty Pages. Have you seen her?
Sure have.
It's me.
And
I completely forgot how Dusty Pages look.
She had to leave early to get to her Bungby de tea session.
Which is right before she leads the woodworking class with me. Then she's on to windsurfing.
Oh, and don't forget theater rehearsal. Dusty's playing the lead role. Again.
Then there's her band practice later.
So she has things to do.
Wow, Dusty sounds like one busy pony.
oh, she's just filling her days with distractions to cover the pain of losing the best job ever. But not for long.
Oh, come on, Twilight. Oh, it's... what's her name? The Apple Girl. And the guy from that Trixie Starlight episode. In Somnambula, there we go. I recognize a decent amount of these old people. Kinda like, yeah, I recognize seeing that model. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that was scary. I've been like, keep the mask on.
Dusty Pages, finally! Come on, Spike.
Wait, she looks pretty happy up there.
Yeah, wait until it's finished, Twilight. Don't interrupt.
Trust me, it's all an act. She'll be a lot happier when I deliver the good news that she can go back to working at the library.
Oh, Twilight, don't be a bitch.
Care to take 5, every pony?
Oh, Twilight Sparkle, my stars! It's so wonderful to
You should have just waited until they were done. Come on.
I've been looking
They're
all
fucking
over
old
Western.
people. Let them have some fun until they die.
Well, you brought my mail.
Even though Twilight obviously doesn't think she's having fun, and that's why
No,
she stopped.
I mean-
I know.
Yes, we did. But that's not why we're here. I let you down. And I can't forgive myself until I set things right.
I don't remember you doing anything wrong.
You told me to take special care of a book I checked out from the Canterlot Library. And I never brought it back.
It was you that had that book out? The one that broke my perfect record?
But now you can bring it to Canterlot Library and get your job back.
No, thank you. I don't ever need to see that library again. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have somewhere to be.
Okay. I mean, first of all, that's a retarded record, because it is all centered around other ponies. not you. So it's kind of like the record shouldn't be on you then. It should be on, I don't know, what else. And if Twilight really was as good as obviously she's like, oh, you were my favorite this, best of that, blah, blah, blah. And she made a mistake. Okay, who cares? Come on. The way that old hag reacted, it's kind of like, I don't really like that. I mean, I would understand if she would have been a bit annoyed with the fact that Twilight just ruined the band practice and all that, but that's not why. She was happy. It's like, oh, glad to see you. And then because of that one thing, and it doesn't feel like it's because Twilight said, you can get your job back. And she's like, oh god, working at the library was some of the worst time of my life. That doesn't seem to be the case. It just seems to be, just because you didn't bring back this book, and we obviously didn't try to inform you with letters or anything that the book is overdue, shouldn't you know? Oh, maybe not, because the only way that they could check on who has the book was a paper that you can take out of the book and put something on. So if someone just takes that paper out of the book and just destroys that paper, then there's no evidence about who has the book now. So it's entirely the library's fault that they don't have a ledger. If it is that important, then they should have a ledger. The library and Dusty Pages, whatever her name was, need to take responsibility instead of putting it all on others. It should be mixed. We're back, Discovery Family.
Do you mind?
Good. I like that. She's like, fuck you,
Understand.
Twilight.
If Dusty Pages
You
will go
leave
back
this
to Canterlot
place.
Library and explain everything, then she won't be able to get her job back. Even
If you want to
worse,
think
her
without
record will remain
groovy
imperfect.
music in the background.
And yours will, too?
Well, yeah, but that doesn't matter anymore.
Really?
Well, maybe a little bit. Oh no, Bits! The late fines! How much do I owe now?
A lot.
You don't want to know.
It would have been worth all the bits in Equestria if I'd made things right with Dusty. I wish I knew why she won't go back.
Why don't you ask her?
She didn't seem to want to talk.
But you surprised her, and she probably had something else on her schedule. That thing is Pat. Come on. What have you got to lose?
Now that
Listen
I've
to
messed up this
Spike.
much,
Come on.
nothing. You're right, Spike. It's worth a try. Where do you think she went? Crochet? Bingo?
And also the amount
Food fight?
that goes up. If we look at...
Every pony, we come in.
Oh, he's dead. Oh god, is Twilight going to do that?
Stop! We just want to talk to
That
Dusty
spell
Pages
that
for a
freezes
moment.
everyone.
Please?
Time out! Next time, you should rent gear. We're not actually here for the game.
I was hoping you'd give me another chance to talk to you about the library book.
This really means a lot to you, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. I know I ruined your life by not returning my book on time, and I will do anything I can to make it up to
Come
you.
on, tell her
I
that's
promise to
stupid.
never take a book out of the library again, if that's what it takes.
That is not the reaction we expected. Twilight, dear, you've got it all backwards.
Yeah.
I'm not upset with you.
You're not?
No. If I'm mad at any pony, it's me. All those years I spent hiding away in that library, trying to be perfect. When your book never came in, I felt something exhilarating.
What was it?
Freedom.
From books? From perfection. I was too stubborn to know when to call it quits. It took your mistake to make me realize that I wasn't living the life I wanted.
You mean you weren't fired? You left the library because you wanted to?
Twilight, your late book was the best thing that ever happened to me. Now I'm not afraid to try things I might fail at. In fact, sometimes messing up teaches me more than getting it right.
You're sure you don't want to return it and get that perfect record back?
Oh, good. It was a yellow one. You can still see the words.
But it'll have a stain.
Well, that doesn't change the truth inside it. Wait, did you even read that thing?
Actually, no. I guess I didn't. Perfection.
And the next part?
The impossible pursuit.
Right.
Oh, that might have been useful to look at earlier.
So Twilight is one of those people who just have a bunch of books, never reads any of them.
However much it is, I'll cover it. Do you have a monthly payment plan?
28 bits.
That's it?
Yeah, most ponies don't know it caps at a month. Probably because we don't tell them.
Alright.
Your account is back to normal, although we will be taking down your best book borrower picture.
Is that really necessary? It just seems so permanent. I mean, I did return the book, after all. Okay, letting the perfection go. You want me to reshelve this for you?
No.
It's an old edition. We've already replaced it with a new copy.
In that case, can we keep it? It might be a good reminder to have around.
If you pay.
Sure, it's got a stain.
That's what makes it perfect.
Alright, is that the end? Alright, that was the end of that episode. I don't know how I feel about this episode. I don't think it was bad, but I did not like it either. So I would say it was like 5 out of 9, just a complete, which, to be honest, might be like the worst type of episodes, because they're not good and they're not bad. So it's kind of like, oh well, if something is really really bad, at least you can. You know what? This was a 4 out of 9. Because there's nothing to it. There's kind of like, yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, I did not like this episode. God. Now when I think about it more and more, I'm like, oh God, I did not like this episode. It was a 4 out of 9. Because I'm trying to think what was good parts, and I think Spike was the best part about this episode. Spike, and I guess that old lady there at the end, kind of like being like, who gives a fuck? Alright, I just want to have fun, try new stuff before I die. And that's that. Yeah, sadly I don't have more to say about this episode. Maybe that book will be used later on in the season. Like, we'll actually see Twilight open and read the book. Or Twilight's just gonna stay, you know, like, I haven't read this book in so long, I might as well not do it. Who cares?